Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back at it again for another Marvel action figure video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Play Arts Kai Spider-Man and Venom, and I'm joined again with Red Warrior, who's letting me borrow his Play Arts Kai Spider-Man and his Play Arts Kai Venom. And yeah, let's just get right on into it by starting with the packaging. Hopefully this doesn't turn out like last time.
Nope. Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
And here's now taking a look at the boxes here. First off, we got the Venom one and the Spider-Man one, and they both have, just like the original symbiote Spider-Man, they have the opening flap on the inside, and it showcases the Play Arts Kai figures themselves. Usually when there's an opening flap on the packaging, it usually suggests a bit of quality to the figures. So let's see if Play Arts Kai or Square Enix, I guess, deserves that much smoke up their ass. And then there's some photo images and such on the back. And then there's a bunch of words here on the back that I cannot read.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
And then finally, just a little bit more advertising right here, just to remind you that these are Play Arts Kai from Square Enix. And here is all the accessories for both the Play Arts Kai Spider-Man and the Venom as well. We'll start off with Spider-Man first, since we'll kind of get him out of the way, since we have kind of technically looked at all this before. Spider-Man comes with this pair of open hands. He also comes with a pair of fists. He also comes with a pair of grabby hands to grab these nuts. This pair of web-thwipping hands. Look who just decided to join us. Hi, Jack. Anyway, finally Spider-Man comes with this pair of web-thwipping hands with like the webs like coming out of the web shooters and such. Whoa! And yeah, these fancy web-thwipping hands here allow him to wield a lot of his extra web accessories. First off, he comes with these two smaller web accessories right here. They're all sculpted really well, and they've got these bits of blue highlighted paint and white in there as well. And then he's also got this extra long one right here, which apparently is rumored to actually allow him to swing and hang off of surfaces, but I mean, for a figure of this price, we're not gonna try that. And then again, also similar to the symbiote Spider-Man, he also has these little web bolts right here, which you can stick on the end of the webs, along with this web net here, which you can also stick on the end of the webs. And as you can see, it allows for a lot of variety when having Peter shoot the webs. Oh, and then also just like the symbiote Spider-Man, he also comes with this fancy web base, which doesn't really do anything. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool and such, but like there's no peg hole or anything that he stands on. It doesn't really hold or do anything. It just is kind of there. And now moving on to Venom, we've got his fists. And then Venom comes with this pair of clawed hands. And then Venom also comes with these like symbiote goop hands.
Goop! Goop!
And yeah, I like the way all these hands look. I just think that they should have been a little longer, or maybe there should have been some extra tendril bits. And now taking a look at Venom's head sculpt, we're kind of prematurely getting into it, but he does come with an alternate head, so I just wanted to go over how good this one looks. It's got the nice metallic paint there, and that fade to purple on there. I also like the glossy amount of paint they put on the black, as well as in the teeth and on the gums and the mouth. Very gnarly looking.
Eddie, we are not going to the dentist.
And then here is the alternate head that Venom includes, where it has his mouth open and he has the tongue coming out of there. And again, all the same kind of paintwork on here, just this time he has his mouth open, the teeth still look really good, and the tongue has a lot of glossiness, for better or for worse. And now, finally, we're going to start taking a look at Spider-Man's head sculpt. Of course you are. Anyway, first of all, with Spider-Man, I like the fading he's got going on there in his eyes. Very nice gradual kind of comic book cell shading kind of look going on in there. Really makes him seem very dynamic. I also like the painted in webbed lines here. That kind of makes it seem like panel lines on an armored suit, which I guess is the vibe they're kind of going for and the feel they're going for with Square Enix's design going on here. And I overall like the spider logo here. It does seem a little over-designed, but I do like the way it looks overall. Also, I like the red and blue they have going on here. The red and blue definitely are some nice, bright, and vibrant colors. And, yeah, again, some of that gunmetal gray is also on here with some of the webbing that's going around the sides, along with some black shading that tends to kind of break it up and give throughout the entire comic book kind of. And yeah, the figure feels pretty good. He feels pretty heavy, and everything kind of holds together really well. He's very solid, especially compared to that previous symbiote Spider-Man. And overall... Really? Again? You're already on another game.
No, same game.
That is literally a different game. Overall, I really like the design here. He almost kind of looks like a Kamen Rider, like Power Rangers Super Sentai kind of look. But again, it's in this very nice, bright red and blue. Again, all this sculpted detail looks really nice. It doesn't look that bad on Spider-Man for sure. Sometimes I don't like the whole Square Enix design they go for with some of these figures, but
what the hell is even that?
And again, this also reflects into his posability as well. He is very posable. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do the posability on this guy, and hopefully it does not end up like last time. Okay, whew. Going over Spider-Man's posability, he's got a ball joint at the top of the head, which allows for all kinds of posability and movement, head pivoting, swiveling from side to side. He can look up that far and look down that far. And then with the ball joint at the base of the neck, allows him to look farther, even farther down and farther up. And then his shoulders feel great on nice ratchet joints. They can rotate a full 360. Just be sure to be careful with them, of course. And then he does have a slight thigh swivel, over 90 degrees of bend at a single jointed elbow that is on a ratchet. There is also a slight swivel at the elbow. Wrists do rotate and they can hinge in and out. He does also get a very nice buttery smooth diaphragm joint, which allows for an arching back, an ab crunch, diaphragm pivoting, as well as some waist swiveling. He does also have an actual waist swivel, which also allows for even more range in diaphragm pivot and waist swiveling. Hips, again, be very careful with the hips. They can rotate forward that far. They can rotate back about that far. They can move outward that far. I'm pretty sure they can go out farther, but of course I don't want to risk it. He does have a slight thigh swivel right there. It's just a bit stiff. Double jointed knees right there. And then he does also have ankles that hinge up, that hinge down, and he does have ankle pivot as well as a toe bend. So very good articulation on this guy. Thankfully, I did not break anything this time on this figure. Thank goodness. And now taking a look at the figure I've been wanting to look at the most. Here is the Venom. Again, head sculpt looks really good. I like the tongue that they've got going on right there, and again the glossy paint and everything. I like the spider or spider-esque logo right there. Again, a lot of that purple hue kind of on the edges of it. Almost looks kind of like burned metal in a way, but overall, again, this is a very like metal looking kind of like, almost like it's not really a Venom like symbiote. It looks more like a Venom like suit in a way. But overall, I do like the way how he looks with all the sculpted details and such. And again, very nice feet as well. Though I find it kind of interesting he has no claws or anything on his feet this time around. I am not into feet, I swear. Again, he does look a little plain. I mean, it's not like some Venom designs which look really excessive and such, where they have like all these tendrils and everything coming off of them. But overall, I do like the way how this Venom looks overall. Again, still has a very organic look to him, even though he does have a very intricate design compared to other Venoms we've seen in the past. And then, of course, Venom and Spider-Man are also complemented very well with each other. The figures definitely look great next to each other. It is a shame, though, that they both cost this much.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck?
And now let's take a look at Venom's posability. Right after this guy is done playing his game. Joint here at the top of the neck along at the base of the neck, which allows for his head to look down quite a bit, and it does allow for his head to look up quite a bit as well, and a lot of head pivoting, though on this head with the tongue, not as much. And just overall, again, really nice head swiveling and all kinds of posability in there. The shoulders can rotate a full 360. Just again, be careful with the way how they are oriented. Shoulders can move outward that far. I do wish they could move out a little farther, but again, I don't want to risk breaking this for obvious reasons. He's got a little bit of a butterfly joint in there, as you can see. It also doubles as a bicep swivel. And again, same thing with the elbows. It's over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, and they also have a swivel right in there. Wrists also rotate and can hinge up and down. He does also have a very nice diaphragm right there, which allows for arching back, a crunch diaphragm pivot, a really tight waist swivel that allows for extra bits of posability. Hips can rotate forward that far. They can rotate back, not very far. And then they can move outward about that far. Little bit of a thigh swivel, double jointed knees right there. And then finally, his ankles can move up, they can move down. He has some ankle pivot and a toe bend. And now getting into the comparisons with these two. Here they are compared next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man. Here they are with the Marvel Legends Venom, Marvel Legends Carnage. And then also for comparison, here he is with Jack. I mean, why not? For how expensive they are, it's nice to have, larger action figures with high quality plastic. Oh, and you guys are probably wondering who that is standing right there. Doesn't matter. Just go watch my previous review on him. And yeah, that is basically it for the review on the PlayArts Kai Spider-Man and Venom. Very interesting that Square Enix made these figures, because again, usually they make figures based around promotion for a game that they're trying to make, even though these never were based around a game. They just kind of made them for fun, I guess, which, honestly, they're still really cool figures, even not being really based around anything, even, their original designs just to Square Enix. And I do kind of prefer the brighter colors of the red and blue Spider-Man over the previously reviewed Symbiote Spider-Man, but that also being said, I do like the Venom a little bit more out of the two figures. I think the Venom is a little bit cooler, to be honest, but that's also me just being a little biased, because Venom is one of my favorite Marvel supervillains and just characters in general. And overall, just posability and detail on both of these guys is really good. I just don't know if it's quite worth $100 per figure, but that being said, considering how hard these are to find and the quality on the plastic and just the paintwork and the detail, I do think they are worth trying to seek out if you're a big PlayArts Kai fan, especially since these guys have a lot of, Final Fantasy / like Gears of War kind of designs kind of going on with both of them, and overall, I think they're pretty cool figures, and if I had to give the Spider-Man a rating with, accessories and everything in consideration, I give him a solid, 7 out of 10, and then Venom, I give a very solid, 9 out of 10. It's just, again, I'm just nervous about moving the joints around, and I don't want to get beaten up. And just overall, I think the figures are pretty good. I just wish that the QC problems would be a little bit more polished, especially with how much these things cost. So anyway, that is basically it for the review. If you guys liked it, give me a like on the video. Comment below what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel for more, Marvel Legends and Marvel action figure videos. And thanks again for Red Warrior for letting me borrow these figures to review. And I'll catch you guys next time.